This video demonstrates the safe use of a blender. Your school will probably have a few of these. Ensure that you are familiar with the blenders, know how to assemble and disassemble them.
Pour or ladle the soup into the blender. Don't overfill it as it could splash out of the top. If the saucepan is hot, use a pan stand.
Pupils may need to share a blender depending on how many are available. Pupils should never place their hand in the blender jug even when off. The blades are sharp. When placing food in the jug, the blender should not be plugged in or switched on.
You may find it easier to have the jug from the blender on the work surface to do this. Next, make sure the lid is on the blender securely. Secure the lid and cover with a cloth. Then switch the blender on for short blasts, about 10 to 15 seconds at a time.
The cloth or paper towel helps to catch any food that leaks from the lid. This often happens with more liquid foods, such as soups, or if the pupil overfills the jug. Remind pupils to pulse the blender to blend or chop the food, rather than set it on continuous. This allows the pupils to monitor the consistency, stopping when it is just right.
When you've got the consistency you want, remove the cloth, switch off, and unplug the blender at the socket.
Pupils need to dismantle the blender carefully and clean its parts. The blade should not be left in the sink. It is sharp. Check your school policy for risk assessment, first aid and dealing with accidents. Ensure that you know and follow the school policy on dealing with and reporting any accidents, such as cuts and burns. Top tips. Become familiar with the blenders in your school, checking that the correct jugs and lids fit. Check that the blenders are not plugged in when the pupils are adding food or securing lids. Remind pupils to be careful using the blender, including cleaning it after use.